Why isn't this showing up on YouTube if it is live? That's confusing. Can you all see me on YouTube? Oh, okay, yeah, here we are. All right, I'm just testing Streamyard out because it seems like it's a better way to do this, and a lot of you have been complaining about using Zoom. So, we like to take your feedback. And oh, great, it is live. So we like to take your feedback, and a lot of you have been saying, why do you use Zoom? And it's a Chinese app, but from what I understand, the servers are based in the United States. So I've never been too perturbed about that. But since so many of you keep telling me why not some other app, so I thought let me try. It's Thursday, 2 more days before we have Khabro Ke Par on Saturday, and then of course we have the Sunday Club. So I felt like, let me try and figure this out. Try Google Meet. No, I don't like Google Meet. It's like a little weird, no? Okay, here we are. Okay, I got rid of that weird background. The picture is a bit grainy. Yeah, and thanks, Nishant. I got rid of that. And now I think this should work fine. And of course, I just wanted to check with you all also if you're looking to discuss anything in particular. We may not have the Sunday Club on the 15th because it's Independence Day. So one will just have to see whether we're going to do the Sunday Club on that day. But we will have Khabro Ke Par, our Hindi show at 7 p.m. on Saturday evening. And this time round, I don't know if you've all heard of this, but there is a situation wherein an 8-year-old boy has been arrested in Pakistan and put in jail for blasphemy. And of course, we also heard about the temple, the Hindu temple that was demolished as well. And the Indian government, of course, has registered a protest, a formal protest. But I felt that this happens all too often, and very often it's not discussed at the level and with the seriousness and consistency, most importantly, that these kind of transgressions should be discussed with. So on Khabro Ke Par on Saturday night, we're going to get a panel. There's Rajiv Tulli, who is associated with the RSS. There's Shahzad Poonawala, who's going to be joining us. There is also a minority rights activist, Ms. Sodhi from Pakistan, who is coming to join us as well. So that's really, and there's of course Sohail Seth. So that's going to be our panel for the coming Khabro Ke Par on Saturday, because I think it's really important that we do this. Nishant wants me to call Major Gaurav Arya. Nishant, I'm not sure that he can come on these programs because he is, I believe, works with the Republic, if I'm not mistaken. So I will try, try and get his. I don't know him actually, but I will make an effort to try and get his number and see if he's willing to come. Gaurav wants to know South Indian politics as well someday. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, definitely. I think what I will do is maybe on Thursdays do a live for like 10-15 minutes and ask you all what we should discuss in the coming weekend in the Hindi show, as well as the English show, which is the Sunday Club on Sundays. So that gives us a good sense of the kind of conversations you all are looking for, because the news cycle is so fast. Like in the earlier part of this week, I thought that the couple Sybil dinner was really interesting because it's G23 and it's almost like an act of provocation of sorts in internal politics of the Congress to have a meeting like that, and none of the Gandhis are present. So it's also a signal that, hello, I have some traction with the opposition, and I'm recognized as a leader of some standing by them. So I felt it was ostensibly for a birthday bash, but who knows? And you want to know, we can also discuss about the future of Olympic sports in India. That's a great idea. Maybe I could request Olympic gold medalist Abhinav Bindra to come and do a one-on-one, maybe an interview, and we can discuss this issue with him. Maybe do an interview sometime in the week. And really talk with somebody who has experienced Olympic glory, who has dedicated years and decades of their life to this, and see what he has to say about it. Yeah, so I can definitely try and do that. I will try and get him to come on the channel. And do keep your feedback and your comments coming in. Do you all prefer this StreamYard to Zoom? Is there more clarity? Is it better in any way? Please invite Vikram Sood, sir. Is this the gentleman who is from the RAW? Okay, can you call Nupur Sharma? Okay, can you please get some historians who are well knowledgeable about the forgotten rulers of Bharat, like Raja Chola, Bapa Rawal? Get someone like Abhijit Chavra. Okay, okay. The Gillette man says it's better. Monica Kale says Salman Khurshid deleted his tweet regarding unity of opposition. All pot shots at Kapil Sibal. Interesting. Yeah, I think there's something. I mean, I don't think we all know there's something going on. I mean, the G23 is quite a defiant attempt, right? We've at least not seen anything like this post Sonia Gandhi entering the Congress and like active politics. She was always in the Congress, but active politics. So. Yeah, definitely. I think there was it was sort of a signal to say, look, the G23 is still alive, and if you're still dragging your feet, and we still only have an interim president, then we're going to start exerting ourselves and saying that, look, we have ideas, we have a direction we want to take, and we have outreach with the opposition. So I was also reading, Monica, that uh, today on Twitter I saw it that Sonia Gandhi has also what has she done? She's doing a dinner next week for opposition leaders. So I think that's interesting. So I think there's a little bit of that subtle tug of war going on in the party. Of course, at this dinner, Mr. Chidambaram was there, and a few other people were there as well, who are yeah, who are part of the G23 and also came in for this meeting. Sunday Club discussion, please, Monica. I'm not sure about this week's Sunday Club because it is the 15th of August. So I don't know if that's going to be possible. Thanks, Gaurav. Yeah, this is what I'm using now. If you all can see right here, it's sort of very old-fashioned looking. It's called a Blue Yeti, but I'm told that this is the best mic system in the market if you're doing these vlogs and lives or whatever have you. So I'm quite pleased with the effect. It's taken us time, but we're nearly there. And thank you so much, Venkat Sai. Audio has improved. We tried. Audio lighting improved. Yeah, I know. And if Streamyard is looking better, then one will have to, kind of get this going. Dheeraj, who according to you has an upper hand, the leftists or Hindu nationalists? Well, I definitely think that when it comes to the numbers, when it comes to the sentiment, I think the Hindu nationalist sentiment is extremely strong, and people do connect with it on an emotional level, not just on a political level. A lot of times we only see it from the prism of politics. But if we even remove the prism of politics and voting behavior and we look at it just from the emotional perspective, I do believe that people do connect with this much more than they do with leftist ideals. However, having said that, the leftist sort of ideology still controls academia, media, social media, big tech. So they have a lot of power. May not elected power, may not, it's still the power of a certain ruling elite, so to speak. Not necessarily elected power like the Hindu nationalists do, but yeah, they definitely do control a lot of aspects of information dissemination and control. So that's the fact of it. What was your reaction to AIM in a burqa and being his comments with Shetri Prem? AIM is an individual who is unique, is all I can say about him. I think he is an Asian provocateur, as the word goes, and he does like to rile things up. And he's somebody who is brave, care too much for political correctness, who is entirely comfortable with himself, with all his flaws, with all his rights and wrongs. He has the strength and the bravery to be exactly himself. He's not putting on an act for anybody. So that's what I really like about AIM. I may not always agree with him, but I admire the fact that that he's always himself. And yeah, he is who he is. He's unique. There's only one AIM. There's nobody else who can be like him. And I don't think anyone should try also. It's not safe. It's dangerous to be like him, as we all know. But yeah, I think and I think he's brilliant. I mean, I do on a serious note think that he is extremely bright, very well read, very aware, and extremely well aware on geopolitics, on history. Exceptionally well read man, and somebody who I admire for his intellect, and I enjoy listening to and engaging with for that very reason. And everything else is just the bells and whistles and tinsels of being AIM. So yeah, that's my opinion. Uh, is AIM like the no? AIM is just like himself. I don't think he's like anybody, and I don't think anybody is really like him. And like I said earlier, he should come with a warning, like cigarette packs come with a warning. I think AIM should come with one as well. The West is the biggest threat to India than China or any other thing. I'm not sure. I mean, the West, at least we have shared democratic values with the West. When it comes to China, what values do we actually share with them? And that's something we need to think about. Apart from the fact that we belong to the same continent, Asia. Beyond that, I don't know what values we share with them. Please do keep the monologue. Oh, really? You like the monologues? Okay, okay. All right, I'll do the monologue. Sure, why not? I enjoy them, but I just don't have the time because I'm my real job is that of a writer, and I have one of my shows that is being shot right now, Illegal on Voot with Sharma. It'll be released in a few months. Then I'm working on another show. So I mean, my YouTube career, so to speak, is more part time. Will Sindhu Sorat come this Sunday? Yes, Mira, she'll be here on Saturday actually on Khabro Ke Paar at 7 p.m. We are in particular going to be discussing the 8-year-old Hindu boy who is in jail in Pakistan, and we all know what happens in jail. So it's really scary how an 8-year-old boy can be thrown into jail for blasphemy. Um, I don't know what's going to come of it. Venkat Sai, is missionary funding increased now compared to the past, and how's government tackling it? I don't know about missionary funding. I think the government has really taken some very progressive steps when it comes to FCRA and tracking where NGOs are getting their money from. And I think that's important because that was funding most of this missionary activity. So in that sense, I definitely think that the Modi government has been one government that attention no government before the Modi government, and I dare say any other government led by any other party would do. So I think the Modi government has done that. Yes, of course, there are complaints. I see a lot of complaints on social media and supporters of the party. But, this is a system and a funding cycle and network that has been around for decades. So you cannot dismantle it in 5, 10, 15 years. It's very, very difficult. It's very well entrenched. So and of course it's got patronage from the political class, especially in certain states where the government is predisposed to this and which are hotspots for this kind of conversion. So yeah, I mean, this is a challenge, but from as far as the center is concerned, I think that they have paid attention to it and they have taken steps to tackle it. How to save Uttarakhand from Islamists? Well, how to save, I mean, the country in general from Islamists, I mean, that is a problem. It is an ideology which is dangerous, which needs to be combated and needs to be crushed. And not only just in India, but around the world, including in Muslim-dominated countries and or so-called Islamic countries. There is a problem of this Islamist ideology, even in Saudi Arabia, even in the UAE, of course, in India, in Uttarakhand, everywhere, and I think that's something that needs to be tackled and is being tackled to a large extent. I think you should look at the work of Rajiv Malhotra, artist is saying, to understand how the West especially tries to harm India. Soros, Christian fascists, etc. Sure, taking that on point. Do you think maybe Rahul is? No, I don't. Please have a discussion on the OVC bill. Okay, can do that. Kabul is in the, oh, I mean, Kabul is tragic. Afghanistan is tragic. That's why we did that discussion, if you all recall, 2 weeks ago on the Sunday Club, because it is just heartbreaking. Today I was reading that the Taliban is going door to door. They are knocking on doors, and girls as young as 12 are getting pulled out of their homes and married off to the Taliban. If you're younger than 45 also, you're getting picked up for these kind of things. People are being killed. There was a comedian who was killed. So people who are not even in politics or the armed forces or anything like that, or in government or anything, just normal ordinary people. One girl didn't wear a veil, she was killed. So really the Taliban is back. And I saw this quote from an American official. I'm not sure who it was, but they said that we have been getting reports of beheadings in Afghanistan by the Taliban, and this could be considered a war crime. So everybody was like, what do you mean could have been considered a war crime? You're actually beheading people and you still think this could have been considered a war crime? So this is the kind of, liberal speak, so to speak, that the Biden administration is indulging in. I mean, come out and say it. They're a barbaric lot. And that's it. Them and the countries that support them should also be taken to book by the world. But is it going to happen? I don't know. Am I a raw agent? No. Simple answer, I'm not. But I think it would be interesting to be one. What are your views on trads always criticizing RSS? Karan, really, I mean, I just think not only trads, but I mean, it's a full-time job criticizing the RSS. It's been going on for decades. But anybody who actually goes into the work that the Sangh does and has been doing consistently will realize that armchair criticism is so much easier than actually getting on the ground and actually doing the grunt work. And that's my only complaint with those people who do it. I say, do it yourself. Go out there, do it. If you're not happy with something someone is doing or an organization is doing, no organization, no movement is going to satisfy everybody's priorities, everybody's needs. So why do you expect the RSS to do that? Please go out there, form your own organization, seek support. You'll get it if the cause is right, and make a difference on your own. I mean, even as individuals, we can make a difference. So if there are all these people who have so much to criticize, there are a fair number of people, they can do it on their own. What's your take on BJP's presence in Punjab? They don't have a presence in Punjab unless they are being targeted and shot dead. That's really what's happening, and it's happening in Bengal. It happened in Punjab in the last couple of years. So really, that's the fact of the matter. Devansh, when will you have Suhail Seth and Anand Ranganathan and AIM? So I'll have all of them again. Anand, of course, as you know, had a health issue. Also, he's very busy with TV, so I don't think he really has the time to come too often on the Sunday Club. But I've told him that whenever we can grab him, we're going to grab him. So I'm hoping that he'll come at least once a couple of months. Lokesh says, what's your viewpoint regarding Aurangzeb? I think he was a pious Hindu sympathizer. You're pulling my leg, right? He was nothing like that. I just hope no one names their kid Aurangzeb. Moving on from that. Okay, so lots of questions coming in. I think I got most of them, but they're all over the place. Hey, you talk with Janvi Harrison. I have no idea who that is. Don't know who that is. Does Pakistan's obsession for Islam fuel anti-Islam Muslim sentiment? What say you, Shetri Prem? I don't quite understand the question, actually. I think Pakistan's reason for existence is how to get back at India, isn't it? As the Pakistan state. Huh? By the way, I always make this distinction. I don't have a problem with the people, but I think the state is really devious. What can a common man like me to do to contribute to my country? Oh, so much. I mean, if you just go by what the Prime Minister says and just keep your neighborhood and your area clean and not add to littering, that's a lot right there. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, that's something we do and do it really easily because we just have to make it part of our life and part of our routine. And that's not going to be hard to do at all. So I think that's something that we can do. There's lots of stuff that one can do. Personally in my life, I always find that the more you reach out to people, the more you get to know people, the more avenues you find to be helpful and to make a difference. So yeah, that's about it. But thank you so much for tuning in. I've taken on board your questions for the Sunday Club that's forthcoming, and we're going to look forward to hosting that. I'm glad that you all like the StreamYard format. I'm just going to take a look at it at YouTube as well. Yeah, it looks quite neat actually. It's a neat format. It works. Yeah, I think this works. What do you think of the future of Hindu Sanatan Dharma? Is it doomsday or is it coming back? I don't think Hindus are going anywhere. Do you think so? If we had to go somewhere, then we would have gone when there was the Islamic invasion or when the British colonialists took over. But we survived that. We survived that with our faith intact. So I don't really think we're going anywhere. But we must be vigilant. We must be proud of our cultural tradition and our heritage. And we must ensure that future generations are far more aware of their cultural heritage than we were, because we weren't taught enough in school about this. It wasn't so much a part of our lives in the way that it needed to be. So I think for the continuation and the prospering of our culture, it's extremely important that we engage with future generations in a way that we were not engaged with. But that's it for now. Thank you again for watching. I shall be back on Saturday. And with Khabro Ke Paar, I'm still not sure about Sunday. We may not have it. But in case we do, I shall let you know. Jai Shri Ram, Pacman. Jai Shri Ram always. Thank you so much. And see you on Saturday. Thanks and goodbye.